AV ready? Good. Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Council Chambers on this beautiful October 28th day. It's 5 p.m. Today we have two meetings. The first one is the organization meeting, and the next one is the regular council meeting of October 28th. We'll deal with the organization meeting first. Members of council, we have the agenda before you. Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Your Worship. I'll move that Town Council adopt the October 28th, 2024 Organizational Council meeting agenda as presented.
Okay. Administration, any additions to the org meeting?
Your Worship, not at this time. Thank you.
Okay. I'll call the question. All those in favor? Opposed? Councillor Hansard, do you have to vote? So, all those in favor of adopting the agenda? I will vote that. Okay. Okay, that is carried. Right. And before we continue on with the organization agenda, I just want to make sure that I acknowledge that that we convene on the traditional lands of. I'd like to acknowledge that we convene on the traditional lands of Treaty 6, which is also home to the members of the Métis Nation of Alberta, Inuit, and non-status Indigenous people. We recognize the long history and contributions of the Indigenous people who have cared for this land from time immemorial to present. We're committed in the spirit of truth and reconciliation to work collaboratively to steward the land that we share together and plan for a future for all citizens. And we acknowledge that we're all treaty people bound together to one another by the spirit and intent of treaty, as long as the sun shines and the grass grows and the river flows. Okay. Members of Council, moving with our agenda is number 3, which is the appointment of Deputy Mayor. And those that are in the gallery and those that are watching on our live feed, the Deputy Mayor is rotated every 4 months. So on behalf of Council, thank you, Deputy Mayor Loyer, for your time and sitting in and filling in for me on those meetings the last 4 months. And then the next Deputy Mayor to be sworn in is Councillor Anderson. If I can have a motion, Councillor Hansard.
Mr. Mayor, I move that Town Council appoint Councillor Justin Anderson as Deputy Chief Elected Official for the term of October 28, 2024 to February 28, 2025, or until the appointment of the next Deputy Chief Elected Official.
Thank you very much, Councillor Hansard. Any debate on the motion? Call the question. All in favor? Okay. And that is carried. And to make this official, Councillor Anderson, can you join me in, please?
Tons of Vogue, Adam.
Right, so Deputy Mayor Anderson, definitely there's some meetings that I'll need you to take care of when I'm the next couple months, so I'll be reaching out to you to make sure those dates jive between the two of us. Thank you. Right, moving on with the agenda is number 4, which is the council meeting schedule for 2024-2025. Members of council, you had the opportunity to review them. Any questions, concerns, or errors on those dates? See none, Councillor Plechko.
Yes, thank you, Your Worship. The Town Council approved the 2024-2025 council meeting schedule as presented with 1, all governance and priorities and regular council meeting minutes beginning at 5 p.m. at the Town Office, Council Chambers at 4905 51st Ave, Stony Plain, Alberta, and the corporate plan meetings beginning at 4:30 p.m. at the Town of Stony, Council Chambers at 4905 51st Ave, Stony Plain, Alberta.
Okay. Thank you, Councilor Leschko. Any debate on the motion? Call the question, all in favor? And that's carried. Okay. Moving on to number 5 is the appointment of council boards, agencies, and commissions. So members of council, as you can see, the suggested appointments are listed. I appreciate every member's council feedback in terms of the availability and how long you've been on the board, so we try to make sure we switch that around a little bit so we have a general knowledge that members of council can fill in for each other. There is one change on the list. The first change is the Heritage Egg Society. I have Councillor Meyer there as the alternate, and that was my mistake. It should have been Councillor Justin Laurie should be the alternate. And the second thing I want to bring to council's attention is the appointment of the Subdivision and Appeal Board. Recently, we adopted the new bylaws for the Subdivision and Appeal Board, which we no longer appoint an alternate, but we have 2 members that do sit on that appeal board, but only one person can attend at a time. So I think during that conversation, when we adopted the bylaw, was that there would be a primary and a secondary, but we can't really highlight them. But as listed on the order of the sheets, Councillor Anderson, Deputy Mayor, you are the primary representative on the subdivision appeal, and Councillor Meyer, you are the alternate on the subdivision appeal. Okay. And definitely, thank you, members of council. I know everybody wants to sit on every board to make sure that you have the exposure, but it's only 3/4 of a page. We've gone from 3 pages down to 3/4, so we just have to kind of divvy it up, and we'll take our turns representing the municipality in those different boards and commissions. Okay. Any other comments on that? Councilor Loyens for the motion, please.
Just for clarification, would it be as amended?
Maybe as amended.
Okay. Town council appoint members of council to agencies, boards, and commissions as amended for a term of October 28, 2024 to October 31st, 2025, or until the next org council meeting.
Okay. Thank you. Members of council, any debate on the motion? Call the question, all in favor? Okay. And that's carried. Okay. Moving on to number 6, which is the appointment of citizens at large appointment boards for 2025. Members of council, you had the opportunity to review them. Administration, anything to add?
Through your worship, no, there is nothing to add.
Members of council, any questions for administration? Deputy Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just turning to page, sorry, things switched here, 20. I believe Citizens at Large Board appointments, looking specifically to the Community and Social Development Roundtable. We see a number of vacancies there, more vacancies than actual appointments, and just looking to administration for an update on those vacancies, and if we can, or when maybe we can expect those to be filled.
Okay.
Thank you. Through the Mayor to Deputy Mayor Anderson. So a number of vacancies occurred for a few reasons. Some of the current members were delayed in getting their applications in. We are expecting them shortly. We also had a changeover in our committee governance framework where we are appointing the actual agency reps now, and so we're waiting for those appointments to come through. So our intention is prior to the end of 2024, we'll be bringing those appointments forward to have that committee fully fulfilled before this new term starts.
Perfect, thank you, appreciate that. Certainly with 2 individuals, the conversation may be not as robust as it may be once the appointments are filled out. So I appreciate the clarity, thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Any more questions for clarity and understanding? Councillor Meyer with the motion, please.
Yes, thank you, Your Worship. The Town Council appoint the individuals as presented to fill various vacancies on the noted council-appointed boards and committees.
Okay, thank you. Any debate on the motion?
Sorry, just one more question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Worship. Through you to administration, I'm just curious, in regards to the Tri-Municipal Leisure Facility Corporation Board, Ms. Roxanne Kitts, if memory serves me right, she filled a vacant position mid-term. And so coming in now at this point in time, I'm just curious because now it's showing 3-year second term, so third year of the second term, or a 3-year second term. Would this really be considered a second term if she was only in mid-year as of the last term? It's probably carried over from the previous member. I'm just wondering if, because it's a new appointment, if it should be reset.
Go ahead, Administration.
Thank you for the question through the mayor to Councillor Laurie. So my understanding is, yes, it does count. The individual was appointed to fulfill an existing term. I would have to take that back and get the terms of reference from the TLC, but I believe that within their terms of reference, the appointments are for that position, not necessarily the person. So that person was fulfilling a term that already existed. But I can take that back and confirm that.
Thank you. Yeah, I'd appreciate that. Being that they are 3-year terms, essentially if this remains the way, they lose 2.5 years of eligibility to serve on the board. And so we'd definitely like some clarity to make sure that the resident has the opportunity to serve their entirety if possible.
Thank you, Councilor Laurie. Any other questions, comments? Okay, seeing none, I'll call the question. All in favor? Okay, and that's carried. Okay, moving on to number 7, which is adjournment. So we are done. That is the fastest meeting that we will ever have.